What's good? You rocking with your boys, All Rights Reserved. Now what we about to get into is some more finer details. Number one, and this is something that was brought up by S Money. I agree. Now every album he touched down on, that album is gonna sell out, right? So all of his fans, just to get a last listen to some of the last music he made, will now support other artists. Does this not work in the favor of an artist and his legacy? Or do you think this was a selfish move by an artist? Now, this isn't regarding things he's done with artists that he's linked up with and was paid by, but also we can expect edits such as Biggie popping up on every single track even though we know he's gone, or Tupac popping up on every single track even though we know he's gone. These are the type of things we can expect. Is this what was meant to occur with the masterpiece he was committing, or things he was committing himself to? Is this what the viewpoint was? Is he now being played into a vision to help empower other artists' careers that are going to go along with the script, that are going to go along with the plan that's set out for them, and that want to hand independence away and move in the way that they're told to do? Are they now going to use an independent spirit and mind to empower them being puppets? This is a very crucial part, because if we think about this, the music industry and everyone who's affiliated, it's dictated by many different trends. When you have someone that was timeless, they now play a part into the whole confold of how things are going to work. Why is this important? How are we allowing people to be used even when they're dead and gone? Why would an artist want to use him now even though he may not have been with them earlier? That means they never were cool, but now they want to hear him on the track. Is this a possibility? We're seeing everybody that's involved. How possible is this? And even this being the case, how relevant is this to the future of music that we're going to see? You see, there's a lot that's going to occur. There's many different facets of music and maintenance that's going to go on with the growth of artists. Is this a major part in what's going to dictate the future of someone's career, that he's on the track with them? That's the different things that I was talking about, and that's actually what we've been building to. Because if you understand the fact that now Cleo's making appearances, and I think she should be paid for it, it's for a good reason. She doesn't know if he had a vendetta with Tentacion, let alone we don't even know if any of the people who she's meeting up with could have, in a roundabout way, been involved in this heinous activity, since there's so many moving parts and disingenuous figures and bad body language being incurred. These are all very privy and very, let's say, critical parts of a tale that tells the full story. Instead of giving away the worth of someone somewhere else, the worth is built off of who matters. And honestly, his fan base was so large that it just builds to the worth of another artist, and the fact that now they're going to be known, now they're going to be respected. They now play a part into something larger than life. That's the whole ideology behind it. There's now basically an open-end reference where now, if you're some type of artist and you have Tentacion on it, it's going to sell. And that's what's crazy about it. But it's, from my understanding, it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you because of his image, because of what he's worth. And it should. Because all these people he's on the track with are saying that he's rapping with them, he's making music with them, when ultimately you should have been making music with him when he was here. And even if it's an older track, I wish you had figured out exactly where it fit into the standards that you were going to make music with him and make it pop and get on his albums that have been released. But now everybody and their brother's a best friend. That's the problem. And that's how it's disingenuous, and you can't even tell who's for real, and who's just here doing things. You know what I mean? There's so much to it that you don't even know, and that there's too much going on. There's too many different faces for you to tell who's reality. There's too many different people. Now, just quickly, I want to add that I already know they did that on purpose. I really don't care. It's the morning. I'm chilling. And they want to let their car beep off. But would I be wrong if this person that let their car beep off, when they were approaching to come out, I just tripped them and slammed them? Would I be wrong? Would I be a bad person? So here's what I'm saying. The type of person I am. I'm just giving you an ideology of how cynical and lame people around me are. Because one of you asked me at one time, like, because I do what I do, I'm able to do it this way. Because I've made something of myself and I'm not out robbing and stealing. And don't think it's just civilians. Don't think that. It is literally these people who are probably linked to police. And then this morning, I had to deal with a policeman who was out of uniform trying to sit across steering. That would have been funny if I waxed your baldy. Again, I told you I'm a Gemini. One's watching what y'all doing and the other's speaking to people. I'm not really worried about it. If Baldy, when you sat around and stared at me, what if I just stood up, walked over, and just slapped the dog out of you? Like, would that make me a bad person because I know what you're there for? Because I know that maybe you're taking pictures, doing little things. Would that make me a bad person? Someone tell me. Someone tell me. And here's my thing. If that makes me a bad person, it will then. Because people don't get it until something happens. Like, you're like, look, you're minding your business. They keep doing little things. They really don't get it. And that's my point. You guys won't get it until I expose you all. That's why I said what I said. And every little thing you do that you think, oh, it's funny, it's just going to make me expose more of you sooner. Because the way I see it is, I've worked hard, gained this power, gained this ability, gained this opportunity. I need to just seize on it, right? So I just should just start dropping your names, dropping your files, telling people where to go find it, posting it up, right? Because it's legal. It's out there. It's public knowledge, right? Well, some of it to most of it is anyway. Not everything's public knowledge. But ultimately, that's where I get behind the scenes and contact the right people. You got a lot of people that break privilege. Like, I remember when I first started the series and I was standing out here, and I used to, in a sense, stand here and, the police would drive by. I even showed y'all how they would drive by like there's a problem. But now we got a white car that pulls up every morning, sits in front of the entrance. Now, is that allowed? How is that allowed? Oh, privilege. You guys aren't showing up now. You're nowhere to be seen now. So that's privilege when they're facing the wrong direction, which is a violation of traffic flow. And I could tell you that's a ticket off the rip. I know that's a ticket off the rip. I don't even have to think about it. I know the law. And they do it every single morning. Let's say weekend morning. And I really don't care. You can continue, like, go do it. Go. I don't care. I'm just letting you know how you allow others to violate law, but then you want to press some people and hold them to the standard of the law. Oh, he's not respecting the law. Oh. And that's why there's no respect for you, because you use your prejudice to govern law where I'm at. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And people will see that. I'm going to prove it. I will. That's the thing. I have everything I need to prove it. I already made a call to, let's say, even some higher ups above you, and gave them the clue. And I know he watches me. I'm not going to call your name out because I didn't get to directly speak with you, but I spoke to your right hand and we had a very in-depth conversation, and they can tell that I was serious, that I wasn't playing around. So that's all I'm going to say. So while you guys think because you got the badge on and you're the authority riding out here, trust me, stuff is going to happen. The same way stuff has happened to me, stuff will happen to you. Because that's the way the world works. Judgment you try and place on others to ruin others will be the same judgment and same power placed on you. Because that's how life works. Especially when you're really not doing the right thing behind the scenes. And we get all these people out of uniform that say, oh, I know someone that think that you're safe. You're in the most danger. Just know that, because you're just a civilian trying to play with the law to your advantage. Do you know the dangers of that? I guess you haven't comprehended dangers that come with that. See, the same way you use the power to affect someone else, you have no clue what power someone else is going to use to affect you. And that's the thing. I've taken my tests. Now, the strike back is here. And that's what you need to understand. You played with me. Now worldwide, you play with it. Go ahead, play with it. Keep playing with it. And while you're playing with it, make sure you know where the gas is and where you're swerving to. Got me? Because that's my thing. You played with it. You played with the law, played with people you knew in the past that are now in uniform. Use them to your advantage to do dirt. Now you're going to get done just as dirty. You see, I'm not friends with the police, not friends with out of uniform. I don't have all that. But I do have friends. And I do know people. And now Commenter Nation is worldwide, so I know even crazier people. That's what I love about this. Because I knew you were going to do what you did. See, in the same way I knew, and I spoke about this, I knew you were going to do what you did. That's why I waited. And even now I'm waiting and being patient. Because you're going to get what you deserve for doing what you did. You will. You will, trust me. That's why I don't really see none of you around. I don't see none of the people that effectively did it around. And that's smart. Because all I need to do is look you in your eyes, see what you're moving, how you're moving, and it's over. Because the judgment is because of what you've done over your years to many people. And it's not just me. I'm finding many people you done dirty. But we'll get into that. And you know how I rock. All rights reserved.